Welcome, everybody. This is the Rotary eClub of Silicon Valley, and every week we try to bring you messages from people who are telling you a little bit about how the world can be a bit better. The idea in Rotary, an organization of 1.2 million members and 36,000 clubs, is to adhere to our motto of service above self. How can we make the world better locally, globally, and in our case, digitally? This is something important to us, to find a way to allow people with a heart for service to find a place at the table of Rotary. If you're crazy busy, but you've been wanting to join Rotary, contact us. We should talk. We are very happy to talk to people who are ready to celebrate the international connections of Rotary, to look at a club that is all about asking really good questions about what we can do to serve, and to figure out what might just be possible for us as we move forward with the work of our club. With that, you have joined us for the day. We hand the presidency over. We are handing from a current President Brett over to President-elect Angelica. By the time you see this, it will be immediate past President Brett to President Angelica, which is of course something wonderful about the confusing nature of time, but all good there. With that, I would like to say, Brett, why don't you start us off? Have at it. This is your time to finish up your year.
Thanks, Rushton. Thanks, DG, Savita, our members and guests for joining us. Reflecting on this year, I think for me, it's been a real honor and privilege to be president of this club and to serve you. In terms of what I'm proudest of, I think it's our members. So the diversity of our membership, if you look across whether it's gender, age, ethnicity, profession, but also geography of our members as well. You know, looking on the call today, we've got people from all over the world from our club that are members that are in attendance. And for me, the other big one is the impact and the reach that our club has as well. So because of being a global e-club, you know, our ability to reach speakers no matter where they are in the world, as well as to share their message to all of you no matter where you are in the world, I think for me is one of the things I'm proudest of, and the ability to do that, to inspire people to serve and make a difference in the world, is why, you know, I'm truly proud to be a member of the club and feel really honored to have served as president this year. So with that, you know, I'd like to take the chance to pass the baton over, or in this case, the banner, to Angelica and wish her the best of luck for her year as president.
Thank you.
Well, wonderful. Thank you, Brett. And Angelica, it is a pleasure to welcome you as the president of the Rotary eClub of Silicon Valley, started in January of 2015. We have been working to expand the table of Rotary ever since, and it is wonderful to have our first Italian president. And with that, I hand it over to you to welcome the club.
Thank you so much. So I prepared some slides, so I will share that if you don't mind. All right. Can you all see that?
I can see your slides. Go ahead and start the show.
Perfect.
There you go.
So you can see that. Perfect. All right. So welcome, fellow Rotarians and friends, and welcome to the new Rotary year. So before starting my presentation, I'd like to thank Brett for his service as president during the past year. So Brett and his team guided the club through the global pandemic and other challenges, and in the process, achieved amazing results. And I would like also to congratulate each of the new board members. I've already seen the energy and enthusiasm and commitment that you bring to the board, and I look forward to serving with you. So first of all, let me start by saying that I'm proud to be a Rotarian. So this is a feeling that I really want to share with you all in the new Rotary year. So I'm coming from a long family tradition of Rotary service and community involvement. And my experience within the Rotary community began when I joined Rotary in 2011, where I served as president of my local club. And when I left Rotary, I felt that I still had a desire to serve And I decided to make a positive impact on the community through Rotary. So when I joined the Rotary Club of Silicon Valley, I knew that there would have been an opportunity to contribute towards the amazing initiatives that Rotary was involved with. But what I didn't expect was how rewarding and powerful these activities were and how they would change my life forever. So I'm most honored and humbled to serve as the president of Rotary Club of Silicon Valley for the new year. And with the help and support of my board and fellow club members, I will do my best to meet the challenge. So our club is built on a strong leadership foundation. I'm so fortunate to have a membership that is fully committed to the Rotary ideal of service above self. So I know we will continue to go the extra mile in building the club and carrying out the many worthwhile projects that we undertake for the benefit of our community. So what is our vision? So our vision is very important. And one of the main goals of our club is to contribute to our vision. We are a global Rotary eClub with members from 6 continents and a number of different time zones. So what binds us together is our commitment to service and appreciation for diversity. So we aim to provide our members and guests with a weekly dose of inspiration through our curated meetings with a focus on innovation, entrepreneurship, and education. So we want to share this vision during the Rotary year. And so our priorities. So our priorities are, first of all, building upon recent success and achievements that Brad and his team did over the past year. It's very important to see the amazing things that our club achieved, not only last year, but even over the past years as well. And also, we want to align with our members' needs. Our members are the lifeblood of our club. So it's very important that our members are happy and engaged. And also we want to support the vision and ambitions of the Rotary International Jennifer Jones and also our district government elect Savita that is also on this call. So thank you so much. And also these are the main activities that we want to achieve. So during our the new Rotary year, I would like to see more engagement in our membership. So we plan new activities to keep our members engaged. We thought about new online socials, and of course we will continue to partner with our twin club in Hawaii, and our previous experience with them was amazing for our winter party last year and the previous year as well. We also thought about new things, for example, the virtual tours activity and other things. We will think about new platforms and social meeting models, and we will obviously continue with the Coffee with the Rotarian, our famous networking program developed in our club. We will, of course, pay more attention to our member. We will organize membership open days to introduce people to Rotary, and we will organize joint events with our clubs. So another thing that we want to achieve, so in implementing successful service projects with a focus on healthcare. So without question, COVID-19 has posed new and previously unimaginable challenges for Rotary. And so, for example, ensuring access to healthcare was and is still critical and involves several challenges. But within every challenge is perhaps an even greater opportunity. So the global pandemic has made all of us much more aware of the importance of healthcare than we were before. So for this reason, we will think about how our club can focus on helping provide new ideas and help with medical challenges and set an example for others in this field. We also want to expand our target audience, promoting and driving participation in our programs. And we want to increase our social media presence. We want to share our vision. We will think about new ways to do that. We will develop our newsletter and think about other ways to promote our amazing project. Finally, we want to encourage vocational activities. So one of the main areas of Rotary is vocation. And I think vocation is one of the foundation through which members can do their best to contribute to our project. So we want to get members to give a talk about their career or hobby. We want to value our members, and we want our members to feel valued as well. So we will identify members to help them develop new skills, and we want them to participate in joint vocational activities with our clubs and other entities as well. Other areas and goals that we will concentrate on is obviously the Rotary Foundation. We will support the Rotary Foundation as we have always done. And we will focus on club administration as well by enhancing governance, stability, and transparency. And we will focus on the youth service as well. We know, we recognize as Rotarians that our young members, the young members of the Rotary community are very important to ensuring that the continuation of Rotary. So we will develop new activities to get them engaged, and especially in the vocational area as well. So what can you do? So I believe that the important thing we need to focus on is our global community. So Rotary means different things in different parts of the world, but we are all united by our core values and by the four-way test. So Rotary may change, but our values remain constant. So please take an active role to share these values and share your Rotary story, your passion, and encourage others to get involved. And also donating to the Rotary Foundation is a good way to start, as donations will be transformed into projects that make a difference in your community. And finally, I encourage you to imagine Rotary. So imagine a world that deserves our best, as our Rotary International President-elect Jennifer Jones said. So let's get out there and join service. And while enjoying our time together, we are global citizens, so working together for the greater good will be a good starting point for us. So we can do more with our help, with your help. So thank you so much. If you have any questions, please let us know.
Wonderful. All right. Well, let's give a big round of applause. It's mostly visual, given how we do things in Zoom, but there's plenty of smiling and enthusiasm there as well. Before we get to the Q&A, there are two things we need to do, and the first is to introduce, as of the recording, the district governor-elect, and by the time many people see this, the district governor of 5170. District Governor-elect Savita, thank you so much for joining us today. I would love for you to be able to say a few words if you would.
Thank you so much, Rushton, for having me, for inviting me. Congratulations to Brett for having a wonderful year. And before you go into the sunset, please hand over whatever jewels that you have about your club to the incoming president. It's always, when you hand over the baton, it is a continuous process. As fast as you are running, she needs to run equally fast to grab it from you. And I'm sure that transition will be effortless. So I again thank you so much for all your service to the club and the community. Congratulations, Angelica. You are in another part of the world. And I do know that you will support the eClub from wherever you are. Your club epitomizes what Rotary is about, a global community of people wanting to do good all over the world. I really thank all your members for joining in, for supporting you. I can see many of them nodding their head when you were talking, so they definitely are aligned with your goals. And excellent goals, of course, supporting the Rotary Foundation is always, always very important. And I thank you for highlighting that. At this point, I would like to hand you the Jennifer Jones banner, the very first Rotary International Woman President who asks you to imagine Rotary. Congratulations and best wishes.
Thank you.
All right, excellent. Well, let's do the second thing we need to do before we move to the Q&A, which is to introduce all of the folks on the call. If I call your name and your camera is on, please wave. That would be lovely. First of all, we have a number of our own members with us. In addition to, I will call her President Angelica and immediate past President Brett. Brett, by the way, that's a wonderful title. I love that title a lot. We have members from a number of different parts of the world. As many of you may know, we have, I believe, members in 13 different countries. Alexandra, do I have that right? Thumbs up. I'll get the nod. Excellent. All right. So in Texas, we have Rory, currently in California, but on her way ever so soon to Italy is Cecilia. In Switzerland, we have Alexandra. Here in California, we have Phil. We have also here in California, but also working with challenges in his space is Shags, our paella master. All right, looking good, sir. All right, and our incoming secretary, Mike Kane, also here in California, as well as another Californian, Maxi Bustos. We have plenty of guests with us as well. So a member who has recently started a new club, which we all think is pretty darn cool. This is the second time one of our members has started a new club. We'll have a third one on the way soon as well. But certainly a welcome to the current immediate past president, Raquel Juncal. Good to have you with us, joining from the Netherlands. We also have joining from the Canary Islands. We have Neil, and so Neil, thank you so much for taking part in our program today. In the area of Texas, we have Marie. So Marie, a guest and the American mom for President Angelica, as I understand it. We also have from Manchester, New Hampshire, we have Jeff. Jeff, thank you for joining us as well. Also a guest of Angelica's. Another guest, Trenton, New Jersey, Malcolm. Malcolm, good to have you here, sir. Thank you for being part of this today. In Hobart, Tasmania, and I think getting the award for farthest distance traveled, kind of, sort of, is Bob Fraser. Thank you for joining us, Pastor. And winning the award for the most challenging time of day would be Madhu in Calcutta, India, where it is closing on, I believe, about 2 a.m. Is that right?
Yes.
All right. Well, style points to you for sure. Last but not least is our prospective member, ever so close to being a member, Rotarian Carrie Lai here in the Bay Area. Carrie, good to have you with us. And of course, District Governor Savita, an honor to have you with us today as well. Let's open it up to questions. Feel free to put into the chat that you have a question, or you can wave at your camera as well. That is a perfectly good way to let me know to recognize you. But I will start with a question for Angelica. And Angelica, that question is, has there been a moment in the time you have been in the club that stood out as one that really helped you understand something important about Rotary? It might have been a program or a coffee with a Rotarian with another member, but has there been a moment that really stood out for you, like as a true Rotary moment?
Yeah, I mean, that's not a single answer to that. I think there have been many moments, and of course, through the Coffee Rotarian program, I learned a lot from many members, and I got to see how our global community can be close in reality. But I also saw that members are really proud to be in the Rotarian community, and I'm inspired by all the board members who I saw were really going extra mile over the past year to make the club work. And I really love our weekly speakers because they are always inspiring. So thank you so much, Rushton, for running that. And I mean, that's not a single thing, but I really love this club. That's why I joined it. And I'm so honored and excited, and I'm looking forward to working with you all. And I'm positive that it will be an amazing year. And yeah, let's get started.
Excellent, excellent. And we have a comment from someone who fits the description perfectly as being a dedicated member of the team. Anyone in a Rotary Club who is the membership chair is going to be somebody who is constantly seeing what's possible and trying to get everyone else to do the same thing, which is an effort of the heart, I would say. And so, Alexandra, I believe you have a comment to share.
Exactly. Thank you very much, Rushton. I don't have a question. I really have a comment. Brett, I would like just to say thank you for everything you did last year. I know that it was pretty challenging for you, so thanks a lot. And also, all the best luck for you, Angelica. We will be behind you, supporting you as much as we can. So good luck and enjoy your presidential year as much as you can.
Thank you.
Excellent. And in the chat, a thank you for the kind words from Brett. What I'd like to do is actually also invite anyone in the group who attended the recent Rotary International Convention to share a thought that you found inspiring as well. And because I think as we gather our inspirational moments, they're the kinds of things that can help both our leadership and our members see possibilities in being part of this group. And so if there is someone who would be willing to start that, wave at me or let me know in the chat and we will start there. Maxi.
Okay, so I will also say thank you so much, Brett, for all the hard work. I guess you're relaxing this weekend now that you've transferred the leadership role. And Angelica, welcome. and congrats. Best of luck for you as well. So Rotary Convention is always an amazing experience to see the scale at which Rotary operates, because we are always thinking about, we have 1.4 million members all over the world. And we see stats and we read the Rotary magazine with all these amazing projects. But when you are in the convention, you can actually see the impact and talk with the people that are actually doing these projects. And I think that's very, very inspiring. Convention also has a lot of really good speakers in the general sessions that really open your eyes to the things that Rotary is doing or could do and the kind of problems that the world has. So to me, it's always, this was my 4th in-person convention, 6th convention if we count Taipei and Honolulu. But yeah, it's amazing. I always come back recharged with energy. It's the best time of the Rotary year to ask me for Rotary work because my energy is at its peak. So yeah, I encourage people to attend. And the last thing I will say, like, most of the things that you see in the convention are powered by the Rotary Foundation. So a lot of the things or projects that we see there wouldn't be possible if we didn't have a strong foundation as we have. So please keep contributing to the foundation. Let's make sure that this year we can keep increasing our numbers. I don't know what we set the target to be this year, Angelica, but let's see if we can do 20% more than this year, maybe.
Excellent, excellent, Maxi. Mike has a question. Mike, shall I read it or would you like to unmute and ask yourself?
So thank you for that. And thank you, Brett, for all that you did to welcome me into the club as a new member during your term. And Angelica, I very much look forward to working with you in my new board position. I was just curious, Maxi, about discussions that you might have had at the convention about the eClub format and whether or not you saw any comparison to previous ones in those discussions, acceptance of the format, or how people are thinking about eClubs in general.
I think if I compare pre-pandemic I would say that Rotarians were more skeptical of doing service through Zoom. But I think after the pandemic, the model has been proven. People can actually communicate via Zoom. They can organize projects without needing to meet every week. And that is also combined with the flexibility that Rotary International is now providing to the concept of membership and attendance to meetings, which gives birth to a wide variety of options, which our club has one. We don't have the traditional sense of meetings. We have these weekly recordings. There are clubs that are even challenging that and going as far as we don't have meetings. We just organize everything over Slack or a chat, and then we just meet to organize projects and execute them. So I think these new models will definitely help increase Rotary membership, especially on young professionals like myself, for example, who have a harder time committing to a weekly meeting. And certainly our club provides that flexibility, but I think there is always opportunity to push that forward. And I saw that as a more common theme, even in some presentations. I gave a presentation with Meety about having less meetings and what that would look like. And I also attended a few presentations where this topic was discussed. So definitely, I see a lot more acceptance from Rotarians now, but it's a large organization. So these things take at least a decade to actually get to the ground. And I think it has been around for several years already.
Great. Good to hear.
Excellent. I'll add a comment and then we'll hand it over to Angelica for the final word. When we think about what it means to be in an online club, without a doubt, there has been a lot of understanding of possibility that has been a result of the otherwise horrific situation that is the pandemic. And often when I describe the club that I first joined, the Rotary eClub of the Southwest USA, I would tell people the story of Norma. So when I joined that club, it actually was a club that was built. This was in the O's, right? It was a pilot club. It was a club that was built around sharing ideas in forums, and the programs were PDFs that they would read. And I remember reading a couple of programs by one of our club members, Norma, and the wonderful things that she would add to the forums and in the discussions that were a part of that as well. And I did not learn until 6 months into being in that club that Norma had lost her voice to cancer. And it was quite a moment for me to realize that this woman whose voice had come through so beautifully in this online setting had that particular medical challenge. And I was very excited really to know that I had the chance to hear the wonderful stories that she shared. She was the first district governor in Arizona, in the district that she was part of. And so, when you think of Rotary and Rotary clubs, you think of so many different models. There are lots of different kinds of clubs. There are clubs that focus on all sorts of different things. There are different models for making clubs work. And that's part of the strength of Rotary. To build our membership is a function of expanding the table and to giving people that chance to share thoughts with each other. And so before I hand it over to Angelica, I think I'd like to hand it over to Angelica's American mom. So Marie, if you would be willing to say something before we finish, we will hand the mic over to you.
Well, thank you. I just wanted to say Angelica is just an amazing young woman. And this has been a wonderful time for her in the last couple of months after the pandemic. She has received her PhD, and now she's president of the Rotary. And I'm just so very, very proud of you. And I can't wait for everything to get all straightened up so I can come see you.
Absolutely. I can't wait.
Well, President Angelica, that's a perfect time to hand the mic over to you for the finish for today's recording.
Yeah, thank you so much, Rushton. Yeah, I really want to thank all of you for joining us together for today's handover, because I know that you're spread all over the world and I appreciate your presence here. And I also want to thank our soon-to-be district gardener, Savita. I know you're very busy, so I appreciate you coming. And what to say, I really enjoyed today's meeting, and I'm looking forward to serving as president next year. Thank you.
Thank you, Angelica. Thank you, Brett, for a wonderful year. Thank you, District Governor Savita. And thank you to all our guests for being part of this today. As you'll see in the chat, there's a link to our meetings archive. You can see many of the programs that we have shared with the world, hundreds of them over the last 7 years. And we hope that that inspiration will be a part of how you go through the rest of 2022 for you. And so we thank you for joining us and watching this recording, and we will see you next week.